Okay, so who do you think is the winner? Who do you think is the winner?
That is
Okay,
by
so
acclamation.
we have two ties. We have two ties. Oh, really? No. We have two ties. The two projects that have tied are Native and My Girl.
Eh, home country. In Swahili we
Native
say,
and My Girl.
in Swahili we say mcheza kwao utuzwa.
Utuzwa.
When you play in the home ground, you win.
But number one is Bonifu. Well done, Wilberforce. Well done, Ian. And Debo. Well done. There are no recounts here. This is no election. So I have some comments to make. So I will start by first I want to congratulate the French speakers. I think special mention. Really, because standing here and speaking to and presenting to English speakers, hats off to you guys. Well done. All right. So that's Malanga, that's Komi, Michael, and Tijan.
Not Michael.
Sorry, not Michael. The three, yes. Where's Malanga? He's gone. The other thing I want to say is when you're coming to pitch, when you're coming to make a presentation, you must always ask yourself, what is it that you're asking for? So some of you are coming here and making presentations, but ultimately, we don't know what you're asking for. What is it you're asking for? And then, when you're asking for something, you must tell that person you're asking what it is they are going to get in return. Are we together? So that's something that was missing out in quite a lot of your presentations. The other thing I notice is, okay, maybe some of you are starting now to make presentations, but use of visuals are very, very important. So when you put a presentation up here and it's too wordy, and then you start reading directly from the slides, then you might as well just sit down and we can also read. You get what I mean? Yeah? And I'm not trying to be too harsh about this. I'm just, it's about improving ourselves, isn't it? Yeah? The less too much clutter on the presentation, visuals, you know that old adage about pictures speak? Are worth 1,000 words. Yeah? Okay, so I think that's really, really important. And then some of the presenters are techies. So they are trying to wow us with a lot of techie jargon. All right? You're going to lose out a lot of people. Most of your investors are not really interested in the technology, unless you actually have a new technology that you've developed yourself, and you want to break it down in terms that we can understand. That's okay. But don't come here and start talking to us about open source solutions. Yeah, they're there. We can read about them. You're wasting your time. You're wasting that few minutes that you have to actually make an impression by going into technical jargon. All right. The one thing that was really missing a lot is demonstrating your product. So I want to call out a number of you that actually made your product demonstrations clearly that we could actually understand. ProSign, Michael, Florence, my girl, and Wilberforce, Bonifu. Not that others didn't, but I think for me where I'm sitting, those are the ones that were really, they took that time to do that, okay? The other thing is you must leave us with something to go and look at before, after. So if you have a website, like I struggled to find the website for CMAP IT. I struggled. Yeah, I struggled to find anything else to do with ProSign, for example. So if you have something, leave us. Do you see what I did yesterday after my presentation? What did I do? My contacts. Leave those there. So they are, yeah? So that we can start. If we want to know more about you, we want to know about, you see, 10 minutes is very little time to make a solid impression. Some of you did, but we then want to get into a little bit more detail. Okay? And usually in events like this, the people are busy doing other things. So I would like to get those and get in touch with you later and stuff like that. Okay? Last but not least, in my humble opinion, there's only one presentation that was VC ready. VC ready. You know what VC means? Venture capital. That was ready to be presented to a venture capitalist. Do I need to say which presentation that was? No. No. I can't select 3. Look, there are 3 that we know that those are the top 3. But VC ready, if you're VC ready, you're VC ready. If you're not, you're not. Yes. Yeah? Okay. So, who do you think that was? Bonifo. You sure? One last mention. Ian, for the use of video. Great stuff. I just wish that video would have gone into more detail about your product as opposed to just you. Okay? So that's an improvement area. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I don't think I have anything else to say. All I need... Bonifo. It's you guys who mentioned it, not me. It's Bonifo, and I agree with you. I agree with you. And there's a reason why the biggest investment company in East and Central Africa has actually invested in him. So that's basically, it's, as the English say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Yeah? So it's just not me. There are people who actually agree with me, who are more experienced in investments than I do. Okay. All right. I will take a few questions, comments before we declare this session closed. I don't know whether Kivuva wants to say something after this, or he will call one of his. No.
You mentioned that Bonufu is VC ready. What are the takeaway for those who were not able to get to that list? What are the takeaway? What should we look out for? What were some of our mistakes that we need to work on?
I thought I mentioned them.
Like the visuals.
Well, I mean, first, the determination of exactly what your solution is all about. What is your value proposition? What's your unique proposition? If you are a commercial enterprise, how are you going to make money? Right? And what do you need to make that money? If you are not for profit, what is the impact of what you're going to do? All right? How is it going to impact your target audience? Okay. But maybe let me let Wilberforce also talk a bit. What do you think made Centum invest in you?
Okay, first of all, I'm very humble that you guys are able to select me as, or my company as the best. I am very humbled by that. I want to say that I'm already the best. I'm a product of a lot of mentorship from different people, a lot of input from different people, including even what Ali has been teaching us for the last 3 days. Just to get into the question, so you see, an investor needs to see, first of all, that you're solving a problem that exists and is a need. And after doing that, they want to see some users who are using your system. Do you have a user base? Do you have people who already signed up? And as you saw on my presentation, I was able to demonstrate that we already have some people who are using the product. Then after that, now you have to show what you call their financial projections. Because at the end of the day, an investor wants a return on investment. So you have to show them that if you're going to put money on this, then maybe in the next 3 years, in the next 2 years, in the next 1 year, you're going to get this, or you're going to see these results. So they'll have confidence in putting money on you, and they'll have confidence in you as a person, because you know what you really want. Then after putting the figures of financials, then you also need to put, you have some external validation, because sometimes you can blow your own trumpets and say, yes, I've done this. So if you have something which can show that there's somebody else who was seen that you're doing that thing, then they'll get confidence again. Lastly, which I didn't show, is you need to show them where you're going to put the money. But I said it, and I say that we want to increase our R&D, to have a bigger lab. So you have to show them if they put their money, you're going to use it well. I think I've covered most of them.
I think the other thing is scalability. Is your product or service scalable? Can you scale it? Okay? Because today it's about the global marketplace. How fast can you scale your product or service? Okay? So, for example, your solution, open districts. Can that be scaled across Africa? And how can you do that? How can you customize it for the different countries? I mean, one of the biggest problems, for example, we are finding with M-Pesa is that there's an issue about scalability. Very few other countries outside Kenya are adopting it. So the question that Safaricom needs to ask itself is, how can we tweak this phenomenally successful product to become a global phenomenon? Yeah? All right.
So
Thank you, guys.
I have a special announcement. So tomorrow in the afternoon we have a session, a fire session at the plenary. And so we'll tell you about the fire program. In this session, we never told you about what fire does, when we open for rounds for funding and all that. It will be tomorrow in the afternoon. And we'll also have 3 guys here who presented today. Will also present their session at the main hall. And that will be Bunifu, not Native. They have presented, I think, twice at the AIS plenary. So that slot will go to Jacob. And the third slot, we are still thinking about it. We'll consult. So be prepared for presenting at the main session. On the AIS agenda, you'll see there is a fire program at the main session. So that's the session where we'll tell you what fire does and when we open rounds for funding and the support we give innovators within the continent. Finally, there are 2 guys who wanted to present after this. So if they want to present, we'll give them that opportunity.
I think before I sign off, I would like to have a session with my mentees before the day is over, so that we can plan our mentoring sessions. Okay. So that's my gal, Bunifu, and Native. Okay. Michael, what were you saying?
You can come and do your presentation.
Okay. Okay. I believe it's still morning, right? Good morning or good day. My name is Tito Tladi. I'm Mosotho, but I'm based here in Botswana. I run a startup called Empower, which is basically a research-based startup that we develop intelligent models and artificial intelligence that is focused in business assistant, vocal business assistant. Inside Empower, we have different divisions. We have the AI division, which is our core business model. We have the physical, the physical web, which is that is based on the hardware integration of our AI software, and then we have our community responsibility or giving back to the community project, which is PitchLinks, which is my whole presentation today is going to be focused on PitchLinks. PitchLinks is it uses technology, but mainly it's just us and community development and business development per se. I would like to play a video, even though it's buffering now, just to get a bit of what is PitchLinks. In a nutshell, this was actually our second episode of PitchLinks. PitchLinks is a monthly based event program that helps entrepreneurs from all sectors, from all angles, to come together and then together with investors, and then pitch in front, like what we were doing this morning. I felt like I need to actually put this out there due to the fact that I saw the morning pitches. What we do is locally here in Botswana, especially as well as internationally, we gather investors that can help develop businesses from the idea level into the level where they can be investable, like his idea. PitchLinks has two complete programs inside it. It has, first program is called Equals to X. And this is one of the coolest, actually, program of PitchLinks. Equals to X is where instead of actually idea owners or entrepreneurs pitching, they come together, they are given one industrial problem to solve over time. This helps the investors to actually maybe analyze their collaboration skills, their problem-solving skills, and coming up with solutions while they are under pressure. And then it helps also to see if you are given a project out of your scope, can you actually come up with, can you adapt fast enough? Hence, it will also be applied in your project to pivot and everything. And then the second program is PitchX. PitchX is where now there's a panel, like you see, there's a panel and then of investors and mentors, and then you pitch in front of them. You're pitching in front of them not to get funding, but to get remarks and critique that will help you to improve your pitch to a point where you will be investable. After that, we have, after the event program called X Development, where X Development, you're going through a monthly a mentorship and business model development in order to achieve the level we want you to achieve. So this is a great opportunity. We are starting here in Botswana. We are planning to scale into South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, and then going Africa. This is one of the initiatives we are trying to help for the refining of the pitches, so that by the time you're giving, you are at the level where you are pitching to the platforms like Fire. You have a perfect resources as well as pitch, as well as you have practiced enough to get to this stage. So I really felt like after listening and hearing the pitches, I could give out this platform. I could give out this presentation, and then because we stream every time and then, so you guys back to your own countries, when there's Pitch Links event, you can stream and then put your input on it. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more presenter for 10 minutes.
Right. Afternoon, everyone. My name is Kwesi, and I'm a herd boy. Locally, we have this saying that "Mojamarago ke kgosi." That directly translates to "the last of them is king." I'll be presenting on a product called Farm Connector. What we do at Farm Connector is we provide risk management services for communal farmers. And what we aim to do is sustain rural livelihoods using ICT. This picture should serve an analogy for the average small-scale farmer in Botswana. As you can see in the background, they're trying to sell a calf in a very bad area, poor infrastructure, and they're doing this sort of barter system. This gives a sort of idea of the communal farmers we have here who don't have the resources in terms of infrastructure. They have to depend on middlemen in order to sell their calves. And as a result, they get very low bargains for their livestock. And in addition to that, to make the matter even worse, we have problems of things like lack of information about animal health care, lack of information about market prices, and also limited market access as shown in the picture. And all these contribute to them making low revenues. And as a result, they cannot sustain these lifestyles. There's another issue as well, which ties into our flagship service. Locally, there's this policy which has been put up by the government in which stray cattle are impounded. And we have over 200,000 cattle being impounded every single year. But that's not the worst of it. What happens is your cattle are only kept in these kraals for 3 months, after which, if you do not collect them, they are auctioned off. And as for the retrieval rates, we've done a bit of research to show that only 18% of the farmers who actually do make an effort to retrieve their livestock get them back. Now, as far as information dissemination goes, the cattle alerts to the farmers who have the livestock impounded are by radio. And the problem with this is it's a radio program on Sunday evenings. It's a radio program on Sunday evenings, and not everyone has access to that radio frequency, leaving the efficiency rate at 66%. And just like that, you lose your cattle. We have the solution. At Farm Connector, what we do is, using a USSD and SMS-based platform, we can provide access to the veterinary advisory services. We can provide access to livestock market information. We can provide and locate lost cattle which have been impounded in these Matimula kraals as well. And we also offer services where you can use our platform to contact veterinary officers near you. Like I said, all these can be accessed from any kind of phone, be it a smartphone or just a simple feature kind of phone. You have access to the same kind of quality service. This is what we're trying to do. Our vision is actually to use simple technologies like SMS and USSD to have farmers in the remotest parts of the countries where there's no internet access to be able to conduct some sort of commerce, right, in Southern Africa and beyond. The thing is, most of the time you have e-commerce depending on internet services, but we aim to shift e-commerce to being something that can be conducted using a simple phone. Now, just a little service description over there. Using our platform, you can market your cattle, meaning you can send an SMS notification to someone telling them the cattle brand you have, letting them know how much you want to sell it for. And the value in that is you can then determine the prices. You don't have to pay commission to a middleman and as a result have to lose on profits. You can receive SMS notifications whenever someone is interested in buying beef or cattle in an area near you. And you can also use an SMS pickup system in case you don't have transportation. We can provide transportation. You just have to alert us via SMS on your phone. These statistics would show why this service is of value. Here we have a distribution of cattle population as held by the smallholder farms, like our communal farmers. And we can see that it seems to be declining. This is in the 300,000s. It's scaled in thousands, so from 50,000 to 300,000. And the reason why it continues to decline is because, like I said, it's very hard to sustain a rural livelihood if you're not connected. Which brings us to why we're called Farm Connector in the first place. Our market opportunity. We've targeted a total of 110,000 cattle holders, and we can get 15% market share using our platform. In the past, we've been able to create very concrete partnerships with people like Orange, a telco like Orange, communication regulation authorities like BOCRA, and all the other people listed there. Now, in summation, I'd just like to say that we've noticed that, more especially with people who live in rural areas, things like apps or the internet are never really enough. So as a call to action, I'd just like your support in getting word out there and encouraging people you know back in the villages or whoever you think might find this service useful to get in touch so that we can then see how best to help them sustain their rural livelihoods through ICT. Farm Connector, your most reliable herd boy. Please feel free to check out our website. We actually launched last night, so we are hoping you'll be able to get more information off of there. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. You can see we have innovators within Botswana, not only in other parts of Africa. That's very impressive. I hope others feel inspired. So we'll break now, and for my grantees, we will have some housekeeping, so we'll meet probably at the corner there for 10 minutes. And thank you for being a good audience, participating, and I hope you have learned so much, especially in pitching, how to pitch your project, how to present it using of visuals and all that. And I wish you success in your entrepreneurship endeavors. And please don't forget to follow all the channels of Afrinic and join mailing list of Afrinic, the social media, because that's where we announce, call for grants and awards. Thank you. So for lunch vouchers, you can see me. Yeah.
Mine is just to thank everyone, especially the participants of FIRE. I think it's been a humbling three days. I think we've all learned a lot, and as I said yesterday and the day before, this should not be the end of our engagement and networking and communication. You guys have my contacts. Please, let's continue to engage. As we say in Swahili, you know, Swahili is the most, if I may say so myself, because I'm a native Swahili speaker, Swahili is the most internationalized African language. You guys are aware of that? Okay, so before we finish, we must start thinking about African languages. A number of us here were talking about African languages, and I think, let me point out Lebo and Ian. So we would rather be talking an African language than a European language. This is a challenge to all of us. Yeah? As we say in Swahili, tuongee Kiswahili. Let's talk Swahili. All right. Thank you, guys.